all, there are 8 parts of speech in the English language: nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. In today's lesson, we're going to talk all about pronouns. So let's get started. First of all, what are pronouns? Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. We can use them when we don't know someone's name. We can also use them to avoid repeating the nouns that they refer to. For example, my grandma is 90, but she is still very healthy. She is a pronoun that takes the place of grandma. So instead of saying my grandma is 90, but my grandma is still very healthy, we can replace this with she to not sound repetitive. Another example, this tea is delicious. It tastes like peppermint. It is a pronoun that replaces or takes the place of tea. So let's talk about the main types of pronouns. First of all, when people think of pronouns, they usually think of personal pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, they. We have possessive pronouns: mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. We have interrogative pronouns: who, what, which, whose. Demonstrative pronouns: this, that, these, those. Relative pronouns: who, whom, whose, which, that. Indefinite pronouns such as anyone, someone, none, everything, many, few, nobody, etc. Reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, themselves. And reciprocal pronouns: each other and one another. But let's talk about each type of pronoun individually. First of all, let's talk about personal pronouns. Personal pronouns take the place of nouns and usually someone's name. We have subject personal pronouns and object personal pronouns. I, me, you, you, he, him, she, her, it, we, us, you, they, them. For example, Chad married Bethany. This is Chad and this is Bethany. We can replace Chad with he, with the personal pronoun he. He married Bethany. Chad is the subject. He's the one doing the action. So we use a subject pronoun. We don't say him married Bethany because Chad is doing the action. So he is the subject. However, if we wanted to replace Bethany, we would not replace Bethany with she. We would replace Bethany with her. We have to replace Bethany with an object pronoun because Bethany is not the subject of the sentence. However, if we reversed it, Bethany married Chad, we could say she married him. We also have possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show possession. They take the place of possessive nouns. We have possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. My, mine, your, yours, his, his, her, hers, its, our, ours, your, yours, their, theirs. For example, that is my phone. That phone is mine. It belongs to me. Donna is our baby. Donna is ours. Next, we have interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns take the place of people or things. We use them to ask questions. Which, what, who, whom, whoever, and whichever. For example, who lives in that apartment? What's inside the attic? Next, we have reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns refer back to the subject. We use reflexive pronouns when the subject and the object are the same. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, themselves, yourselves. For example, the boy wanted to play by himself. Because the subject and the object are the same, we have to use himself. If we said the boy wanted to play by him, that could mean a boy wanted to play beside another boy. But in this case, the boy wants to play alone, so we use a reflexive pronoun. I saw myself in the mirror. Again, the subject and the object are the same, so we have to use a reflexive pronoun. Next, we have relative pronouns. Relative pronouns introduce relative clauses. Now, some of these pronouns can also be a different type of pronoun, but it's a relative pronoun if it introduces a relative clause. For example, that, who, whom, whose, which, whoever, whomever, whichever. For example, the boy who lives next door lost his bicycle last week. We enclose this with commas because who lives next door is extra information. The boy lost his bicycle last week is really the main sentence. Who introduces the relative clause who lives next door, and it's extra information. Another example, people that exercise frequently are generally quite healthy. In this example, that is a relative pronoun introducing the relative clause exercise frequently, and we do not use commas here because this is essential information to the sentence. If we say people are generally quite healthy, even though that's a complete sentence, it is necessary to use this relative clause because we are saying that people that exercise frequently are healthy, not everyone. Next, we have demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns take the place of things. This, that, these, those. This we use for something that is close to us or something that we can touch, and that is for something that is further away. These is the plural form of this, and those is the plural form of that. For example, that is the painting I love. That refers to a painting over there. Come look at this. Those are my shoes. Next, we have indefinite pronouns, and there are many indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns take the place of unspecified nouns. One, other, some, none, everybody, anybody, no one, nobody. For example, is anybody at your house? This is an indefinite pronoun because we don't know who is at the house or if anyone is at the house. No one wants to come with me. I hear something moving outside. Again, we don't know what is moving outside, so it's indefinite. And finally, we have reciprocal pronouns. There are only two reciprocal pronouns, each other and one another. Reciprocal pronouns are used when two or more subjects are acting in the same way towards the other. We use each other for two people, and we use one another usually for more than two people. For example, my parents love each other. So that means my mom loves my dad, and my dad loves my mom. The teachers congratulated one another on finishing another school year. Here we have multiple teachers, and they are congratulating one another. Okay, so this is just an overview of the main types of pronouns. I know this is a lot of information